hope you've been having a great fucking year so far. Today, this video is kind of like a progress report. Not only to keep myself accountable, but to also just keep track. A couple videos ago, I made a video about my 2026 curriculum. I've been keeping up pretty well with it, and I'm actually very proud of myself. And it's nothing really crazy. I just set a couple goals for myself that I'm going to be working on throughout the entirety of this year and seeing where in the world I am by 2027. For starters, what I feel like is probably the biggest thing that I've been doing is learning Spanish. Actually learning it and comprehending it and absorbing it, not just being around it, knowing very small tidbits and just continuing to be the no Slavic kid. I know enough, like, generally to survive. I speak in Spanglish and it's fucking ridiculous. I really blame my father, but it's been really fun. I have a workbook, I have online lessons and things that I've set up for the entirety of the year. And we are 7 chapters in. I would speak a see, I'm just gonna leave it right there. I would speak a sentence in Spanish, but I'm already getting nervous, so we're not gonna do that and just embarrass myself. I'll probably just do it in a TikTok video. God, like, just I'm the one putting myself on the spot over here getting fucking nervous. Jesus Christ. And the second big thing is reading, which I already liked reading, generally speaking. I used to hate it as a kid, not even gonna lie. But if I found a book that I liked and I liked it, I read the shit. And I read the fuck out of that book. And don't let it be a series. One, to just, I guess, break away from being behind a screen all the damn time. All the stuff that I like to do already, in terms of what I want to do with my life, are stuff behind a screen. There's really nothing more I can really do about that. On top of our societal norms of just being on a screen, doom scrolling, playing the game, watching TV, doing this, doing that. It's nice to just drop it, you know, and just come back into some sort of sense of reality. Just feel more human, you know, especially in the rise of AI and stuff. And on top of that, that literary crisis percentage, even though I know I'm not a dumbass and I never fell in that fucking category, but Jesus Christ, that's scary. I'd rather read. I don't know, maybe that's just my fuck you to the society, fuck you to the system, because that's ridiculous. I know it's not everybody's fault. I blame the school system, but. And then lastly, I have been doing research on different types of artists. We're looking at, you know, icons in fashion, icons in music, you know, looking at their life, and I'll sit there and research and then end up writing an essay by the end of the month. And I've been having some fun with that, as well as researching filming and editing with the skills that I've already had and I've cultivated throughout the years. Now that, you know, this is something I'm really fucking pursuing and I gotta really, you know, lock in. It's become pretty important, learning how to do certain things, you know, different types of equipment, so that I can actually execute the ideas that I have and not just, oh, I really like how this guy did this, you know, angle over here with this type of lens. Now I know wording and actual terminology to be able to describe what I want to do. Just all of these things to kind of immerse me more into just being human and just really loving life and just trying to get away from, I guess, searching for these dopamine kicks and this artificial happiness that we've kind of, you know, cultivated for ourselves as a society. I'm just excited, you know. So today we're going to talk about the books that I read so far in the first quarter and just my overall experience. So let's get started. I do want to start with a few honorable mentions that came just before the year started, because I have so many books that I have added to my collection. You guys watch my TikTok, you guys know that my bookshelf has become my favorite piece or part of my house, per se. It's bright, it's yellow, it's colorful. I'm staring at it every day, and it just gives me so much life and love and energy and just this sense of joy, this sense of happiness, just so much positivity. It's just so crazy because I never thought I really read as much as I did until I pulled the stack off the shelf to be able to make this fucking video. And my shelf is so fucking empty. That's why you're catching me staring at it right now, because it's like, it just looks so fucking alien to me. So let's get into that. All of these books were read between November 1st for my birthday, which was my birthday vlog, and December 31st. So these are all of the honorable mentions that got to see me in the end of 2025 going into 2026. So to start off, we got The Popularity Papers by Ignatow. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I've never known if I actually pronounced that right. So sorry, my girl, my good sis. And I kind of got them for the nostalgia, for something fun, something on the lighter side to read. It is a graphic novel, so it's mainly a lot of pictures and a mix of print and cursive writing, because it's supposed to be from the point of view of two middle school girls just navigating the world, navigating friendship, relationships. As much as I used to relate as a kid, it's just so funny how a lot of the issues that they deal with are so minute now that we're adults, and some of them are issues they bring upon themselves. And it's like, my good sis, you just wanna shake them, you know what I mean? Just shake them, please get it together. Next we have Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi, Adeyemi. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. This was a book I was actually introduced to 2024. It was late 2024, like summertime going into fall, possibly even winter. I wasn't reading it at the time, but somebody that I knew was reading it, and you know, she was saying a lot about how it kind of reminded her of the Targaryen family in Game of Thrones, which, you know, I'm a pretty big fan of. I didn't really get anything more of an example or explanation besides that. I was introducing the person to Game of Thrones, she made that connection, and it just clicked to me like, interessante. But I never really did any more deep diving. But the book kept coming up. I'm like, okay, there's gotta be something in here that everybody keeps fucking raving about. Picked it up though from Barnes and Nobles one day, and I read it. Fucking love it. I love it. The concept is something I'm pretty familiar with as far as like dealing with fantasy and magic and, you know, all of these like dystopian type of worlds. I'm really intrigued. I am really intrigued by those type of things. And it's even better for me because this is the first book series, if you will, where the protagonist is Black, and not only just Black, but she is African. Everybody in the book is African. Everybody is pretty used to the fantastical worlds of Game of Thrones and Percy Jackson and Harry Potter, where nobody looks like us, and if there is someone that looks like us, we are the most distant side character the fuck off. The closest we got was when Percy Jackson had a movie and Grover just ended up being Black. We know damn well that motherfucker was not Black in the book. I fucks with my Grover down. But we know. We know. But it was really great. I do have the second book, which will come up. I feel like if it's not next month, it's the month after. I know it's in the warmer months. Keeping up with the fantasticals and the worlds. Just mentioned Percy Jackson. Y'all know from one of my earlier TikToks, I had picked up the entire collection. I love this fucking series down. Didn't realize they were as short as they were. I totally remember them being longer when I was a kid. Again, I hated fucking reading, so that's probably why I felt so fucking long. I swore the book was like a little thicker, like at least given, like at least was given, you know what I mean? Your girl didn't like reading, so maybe that was it. We've read the first two books, enjoyed them thoroughly as I used to, got a lot of laughs. Some things, honestly, I didn't realize how stupid some of these fucking kids are in these fucking books. Next up, we have The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. I had seen this years ago. Now that I've had the book for years, it's become like a bestseller, like proclaimed title or whatever like that, and it's no shade when I say that. But it's fucking crazy because I was here before the fucking hype. I remember when I was going through my severest portion of my depression, I was trying to find as many outlets as possible to, you know, not be in grippy socks. So I was doing a lot of deep diving on the Barnes and Noble's website and came across this guy when I was in the like African American tab or whatever, and that's also where I got my cookbook as well. But I was just looking for books that had Black main characters, Black stories. I really want to prioritize that as well, just to explore more about us in a everything I read about us, I don't want it to necessarily be nonfiction, and I don't want it to all be depressing, slavery, negative, where we do need that info and we do need to learn about that 100%. It can be a downer, respectfully. It's nice to, even though this is not the most positive of fucking books, let's be real, and honestly, the ending, last quarter of the book, once you start putting some pieces together and certain characters come out, ending up being things that you don't want them to be, and certain things happen to certain characters, it's just like, good Lord, have mercy. But it was a really good book. I'm very happy that I picked it up when I did. If you've seen it before and you were thinking about it, I say pick it up. It's really good. I will say, for me personally, being someone who it can be a little hard to sway sometimes when it comes to books, and it did take me a little bit to try to push through the first few chapters. It's one of them type of books. It's not like one of them books where it takes you halfway through the book before it starts getting good. It's like maybe 3 or 4 chapters when things start to, you know, because the first few chapters, they're really just trying to introduce everybody. And we get it, you know, Joe, Jerry, Johnny, and everybody, cousin gotta get introduced. And girl, at that point, we done got the whole United States Census. And it's like, all right. So that's just my fair warning for people that need a little more of a push when it comes to reading sometimes. Next, we have Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nguyen. This was a little self-help book that I ended up just picking up randomly one day because I am a very hardcore overthinker. 2025 was a very rough year, which kind of prompted this entire curriculum that I have set up. This was something that was really nice to read. It's a really good, it's a good read if you ever find yourself being an overthinker or you even question if you're an overthinker. This is a good place to start. I know he has more books, this author, and there's even, I think, like a notebook to pair with this book. It's really good, and it's short. It's short. Read it, learn from it, love it. It literally took me a couple days to read this whilst working 10 hours a fucking day for 5 days a week. Like, come on now. These were my books that I read for my birthday. So these are the only 2 from November, which will be 2 graphic novels. This one is called Squire. It's written by Sara Alfageeh, I don't know. And then Nadia Shamaas. I hope I didn't butcher your name, but if I did, again, peace and love, my good sis. My good sister girl. It was a really good book. Very surprising how it kind of went about. It's more comic book style. If I had to make a connection to anything, it feels in a way in terms of theme and how certain ideas, morals, beliefs are kind of tackled. It reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist. I know the Brotherhood version. I know there's like 2 different kinds of the anime. And then last but not least, we have Belle the Ball, and this is by Costa, or Marie Costa. I don't know how to say your name, my good sis. This one is the pink book, which I know I made a fucking video about. Everything is in pink, and it's comic book styled as well. Love that down. And it's gay. This one's a little, so I thought it was cute. And I'm trying to grow my LGBTQ collection as well, as, you know, alongside my Black collection too. So anything and everything, you know, as long as it's a good book, it's a good read, I love it down. But this was really sweet. It was a really good book. I remember when I fucking finished it, coming from my trip, and I remember finishing it and being like, fuck, that's it. Like, I wanted to, like, if I could just, like, suck it out and then just reread it all over again and just put it back in and just, you know, like a memory card and just take it the fuck out, I would. This was really good. Like, I can see them trying to, like, make this, like, a Netflix type of series, like, and they'll fuck it up terribly, but it was a great fucking book. Loved it down. I would read it again and again and again, and I really wish I could read it for the first time all over again. It's literally only 3 characters, and it's a nice little love story, so it kind of makes you, you know, believe in love again, or whatever. So it's cute. It's really cute. Let's get into the collection I actually read for 2026. And I'm going to go in the order from January to March. I started with Fire and Blood, George R.R. Martin. It was not as I anticipated, to be so honest. It's written more like a textbook, and if that makes sense. I'm sure there's somebody that's gonna be in the fucking comments like, you should have known that though, because blah, 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 blah. it was kind of hard to read in that regard. You get through like a good, I want to say maybe 10 chapters. That's like 2 episodes of the show. And it's like, wow. Wow, it took us that long to get there, huh? To follow with that though, we have A Dance with Dragons. What had happened with this book here, I was reading it years ago when I was actually reading the books consecutively, and I had it in my car. Don't know how, don't know why. Someone decided, I had a lot of passengers back in the day, of course, decided to take the book from its space behind my seat where the little pocket goes and lost my fucking bookmark. Lost my page, lost my track. And of course, I keep a bookmark in this motherfucker. So it's like once it gets moved, baby. So I stopped reading that shit for like 3 years and then decided to pick it the fuck back up because I already know what's gonna happen. I've seen the show, but it's just, I was reading it and I was enjoying it and you fucked it up and I would have been finished the shit years ago. So 10s. I give it 10s. George did his shit. It's exactly like the fucking show. Granted, there's very small, minute details that are left out or switched around. For the motherfuckers that want to sit there and argue that shit down, y'all got it. I don't care. I like the show. I like the fucking books. I even like it all the way up to season 8. Yes, I do. Do I like the ending? No. They killed a bad bitch for no reason. Sorry for the spoiler if nobody ever seen it, but come on, it's Game of fucking Thrones. You can look it the fuck up. They killed a bad bitch for no reason. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Justice for my girl. I'm not gonna give you no more spoiler because you can figure out who the bad bitch is. But justice for my good sis. Because ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Kind of give me a little bit of a comedic relief. I was reading the popularity papers. This is the second book in the series. 10s. 10s. For February, I read The Princess Bride. I got like the special edition copy that has like the stuff engraved on like the book. I initially seen the movie when I was a kid, was introduced to it at a summer camp, had a really, really cool camp counselor. And I remember we had my first ever time camping. After we pitched the tents, mind you, it was thunderstorming that night. Like when I tell you lightning and all, and we outside in them fucking tents. Bitch, I was in there like, at the end of the fucking night, after we roasted some marshmallows, we played freeze tag, did the ghost stories, all of that type of shit. We watched The Princess Bride. Don't know why that movie was picked, and I knew that I actually liked the story, even as odd as it was. The best way I can describe it is like Shrek, kind of, when it's like, it's modern day enough, but it's still like old school, classic, medieval, fantastical, not so magic based, but like you won't see a unicorn, but you will see motherfuckers on horses in the castle, queen, king, hurrah, and shit like that. But it's like niggas are also still wearing jeans. Inigo Montoya is my favorite fucking character. That's really who stuck to me when I watched the movie, was Inigo. Literally, I could tell you Inigo's whole fucking thing well before I even got this book. I fucked with him. Paired with that, another popularity papers, the third book. And then for March, I started the month reading Percy Jackson, the third book in the series, The Titan's Curse. This was the first book out of the series where I'm over here like remembering like, oh shit, that did happen. Fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, I feel like this was also probably one of the more, I guess, action-packed like book out of the series. Like it has a lot of stuff that's going on. It's more, I feel like it's just kind of him versus Luke for the first 2 books, and then this one is like, okay, we actually got some meat on our bones. We got some characters now. We got some character development. We got a lot of things going on. If you're familiar with Talia, you know, she's here now, alive and well, living, breathing, shitting, stinking, smelling, pissing, who knows. For the second half, I read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. I know I'm very late to the party when it comes to this book. And this is also the first non-fiction book of this year. I really enjoyed it. And I know I got real melancholy when I say that. Because I feel so bad for my good sis. And there's a lot of things in this book that I personally related to. It's insane. I think what really hit the hardest though reading this was realizing how young a lot of this stuff was going on. Of course, the foundation was built pre-iCarly. Once we get to iCarly, when we all cognitively know who this girl is, and it's like the things that she went through and was experiencing just between iCarly and Sam and Cat alone, it's like, oh my, like there were so many times when I had to just close the book, put it down, and I just wanted to give my good sis a hug. Like, I see you. And it's like, and especially watching her now, like, because she does like TikToks every now and again. I know she came up with another book as well, which I might end up reading that one too. It's just looking at her now, and you can see it like on people, and it's like, I really do truly empathize with people, because there's so many good people in this world who truly do not mean anyone harm and get harmed the most. Of course, they're now responsible for all their healing and all their trauma and all of this stuff, all of these things that they never asked for and that they never brought onto themselves. And then you see the aftermath, and it's like, to some extent, and of course I don't want to take away from people's experience, and I don't want to label people and things like that, but it's like, you watch, I guess, the personality strip from people, and it's very sad, because of course the people that did it to them, for the most part, and I know there's a whole bunch of discourse like, don't be worried about everybody else, and sometimes people are putting on a facade. Yeah, sometimes. And then there's people that genuinely go around fucking with people and live the greatest fucking life possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, things do catch up to people sometimes, but what about the people that genuinely get away with it? And there's a lot of those people. And I am happy for her. I'm happy that she's in a better place. I'm happy that she, overcame a lot of hurdles in her life. And hell, I'm glad her fucking mom died too. No disrespect, but... And then, of course, pairing with that emotional travesty, we had the popularity papers. Started reading another one. But I picked up another self-help, and this is what I'm reading for this. This one I got into a little further than the other one, than the popularity papers. I'm only on chapter 2. I read the whole introductions. I'm one of them type of people, so technically speaking, I've already read 2 chapters. But yes, so we're gonna get through this, and I'll give you my honest review about that in my next quarterly check-in. Those are the books that I have read so far in 2026. So, in total, for the last 2 months of 2025, and all the books that I've read so far in 2026, we have read 16 books, and I am very proud of myself. We made it do what it fucking do, and I'm very, very excited, and I'm very, very proud of myself. And when I tell y'all, it makes my fucking bookshelf look so naked. Like, it put a fat ass dent into my shit, and this is only the beginning. I still have more to go. I'm very excited for where, I'm going, where I've come, and I'm just very excited to keep up this momentum. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna also put all of these books in the description as well. So if you're interested in reading them, you'll have the name and the name of the author. And I'm really excited to see you guys in the second quarter. This is also my Spanish textbook if anybody was interested in knowing which one I was learning out of. It's the complete Spanish step-by-step, and it's a McGraw-Hill textbook. It is written by Barbara Bergstein. I want to say thank you, and big shout out to every single one of you guys who have subscribed. We are so close to 100 subscribers. I have not checked the updated number, but I believe I stopped on 92. That's the last time I checked it, and that was a couple days ago. Fucking excited about that. I literally remember having 0, and I can't even fit 92 fucking people in my house. I'm very, very grateful for every single one of you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this content as much as I enjoy making it. I'm not gonna cry this video. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. And I also just realized too, I spelled excellence wrong, but this is why we're reading. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in.